Viewers across Denmark and the world, brace yourselves for a royal revelation that has left even the most stoic hearts trembling with emotion. A wave of heartfelt concern swept the nation today, as King Frederik X of Denmark issued an urgent and emotionally charged statement regarding the health of his beloved mother, Queen Margrethe II. For more than half a century, Queen Margrethe has stood as a pillar of grace, wisdom, and resilience, a monarch who weathered storms both personal and national with a steady hand and a warm heart. But now, in a moment that no one saw coming, it is the Queen herself who faces a deeply personal and delicate battle, one that has prompted her son, the newly crowned king, to speak out in a rare and vulnerable appeal to the Danish people and the global community. This is not just a story about a royal health update. It is about family, about legacy, about the fragility of life, even in the most gilded of palaces, and about the heavy crown of duty, compassion, and love that King Frederik now wears not only as sovereign, but as a devoted son. Let us now walk through every powerful detail, from the Queen's recent health struggles to the King's raw and honest declaration. We'll unpack how the royal household has been dealing with these developments behind closed doors, how the Queen's loyal subjects have reacted, and what this means for the future of the Danish monarchy. Every word in this report comes with the weight of emotion, insight, and royal history. And as we unfold this touching chapter, you will feel every heartbeat, every silence, and every word King Frederik struggled to say. The nation stood still this morning when the Royal House of Denmark released a solemn communiqué bearing the official insignia of the monarch, a document that immediately stirred speculation. Within moments, the palace gates were surrounded by international press and tearful well-wishers, as whispers turned into headlines, urgent health announcement from King Frederik. The king, dignified and visibly moved, soon appeared before the cameras. Not in the regalia of kingship, but in a somber navy blue suit with a black tie, an unmistakable sign that the message to come was serious. Standing alone at the podium, King Frederik paused, inhaled deeply, and began. "My fellow Danes, and dear citizens of the Commonwealth," he began, his voice trembling slightly. "It is with a heavy heart and deep humility that I speak to you today, not only as your king but as a son. A son who loves his mother deeply." That opening sentence alone sent a ripple of emotion through the room. This was not the voice of a ruler reading from a script. This was the voice of a man confronting his most vulnerable truth, that even queens, even legends, are mortal. King Frederik continued, revealing that Queen Margrethe had been quietly undergoing medical evaluations over the past weeks, following complications related to chronic back pain, the very condition that prompted her historic abdication in January. While the abdication was officially framed around renewal and the passage of time, King Frederik said, it was also deeply personal. "My mother has lived a life of extraordinary service. But in recent months, her body has spoken more loudly than ever before." What followed next left many stunned. The king confirmed that Queen Margrethe has been diagnosed with a complicated series of degenerative issues, affecting her spine and overall health, which now require her to undergo intensive medical treatment, and possibly further surgical procedures. "She is in stable condition," the king clarified, "but the road ahead is not easy. She will need time, rest, and the loving support of her family, and of you, her people." The vulnerability in King Frederik's tone was unmistakable. As he shared more details about the Queen's current state, he revealed that she is experiencing frequent pain, reduced mobility, and fatigue, a stark contrast to the dynamic monarch we've known for so many decades. For many Danes, Queen Margrethe has always been more than a sovereign. She is affectionately known as Daisy, a monarch who danced with joy at New Year's galas, painted vivid landscapes in her spare time, and never failed to smile at a child waving a Danish flag. Her warmth, humor, and intellect made her deeply beloved, not only in Denmark but throughout Europe. It is this very humanity that makes today's announcement so heartbreaking. And it is why King Frederik's plea was not merely ceremonial. It was deeply emotional. "We ask for your prayers," the king said, his voice cracking. "And we ask for your understanding, as Her Majesty reduces her public appearances. My mother's strength has always been in her spirit, and though her body now asks for rest, her spirit remains indomitable." The palace has confirmed that Queen Margrethe will remain at Fredensborg Palace under the care of private physicians and specialists from Rigshospitalet. Only immediate family and a select group of advisors are permitted access, and all official events involving the Queen have been cancelled until further notice. But what struck viewers most deeply was what King Frederik said next. He spoke, not as monarch to subject, but as a son to a nation, sharing cherished memories of his mother's laughter, her guidance, and her indelible love. "She taught me what it means to lead," he said. "Not by force, but by presence. Not by command, but by character." He paused again, tears visible in his eyes. "My greatest privilege in life is to be her son." Across Denmark, the emotional resonance was immediate. Flowers began to appear outside the Amalienborg Palace. Messages of love and support flooded social media. Candlelight vigils have already begun in Copenhagen, Aarhus, and Odense, where citizens quietly gathered to hold Queen Margrethe in their hearts. Even beyond Denmark, royal families around Europe have sent personal messages of support. King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands, King Felipe VI of Spain, and King Carl XVI Gustaf of Sweden have all reportedly contacted King Frederik personally, expressing solidarity and prayers. Queen Mary of Denmark, standing strong beside her husband, has also reportedly taken a deeply nurturing role in this moment of crisis. Palace insiders report that she has been coordinating with medical staff and ensuring that Queen Margrethe receives everything she needs, not only physically but emotionally. Behind palace doors, the mood is one of tenderness, reflection, and care. Crown Prince Christian and his siblings have all been given leave from their usual engagements to be with their grandmother. "She means everything to us," a close family source reportedly said. As the world watches, this emotional chapter in Danish royal history unfolds with a kind of intimacy rarely seen. The monarchy, so often wrapped in protocol and symbolism, now reveals its beating heart, a family in love, a nation in mourning, and a queen in need of strength. And yet, even in the midst of difficulty, there is a quiet dignity in this moment. A dignity shaped by Queen Margrethe's own example, a life lived with compassion, grace, and an unshakable sense of duty. Her legacy is not threatened by illness. In fact, it shines all the brighter. King Frederik ended his message with one final, stirring line: "My mother has given everything to this country. Let us now give her what she most deserves: peace, healing, and love." With those words, Denmark was united not by ceremony or crown, but by something far greater: love. This is a moment that will be etched into the memory of the Danish people forever. A moment of vulnerability, humanity, and profound emotional connection between a monarch, her son, and her nation. As Queen Margrethe embarks on her path to recovery, her people will walk with her, not behind the carriages of royal processions, but side by side in spirit. To the woman who gave Denmark its smile for over 50 years, we now offer our hearts. And to King Frederik, standing strong in the face of sorrow, we offer our respect, our prayers, and our admiration. What do you think this moment means for the future of the Danish monarchy? Could this unprecedented vulnerability open the door to a new era of compassion in royal leadership? Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment your thoughts below. Let your voice be part of this historic royal moment.